Manchester United 1, Fulham nil. How are you doing, Daniel? Good evening. How excited are you?
To be sincere, super excited. To be fair on the players, so proud of them. On the coaches, the entire coaching crew, amazing job. Um, I expected more than a goal. I called for Manchester United 3 goals. It didn't happen, but I saw more than glimpses. I'm so happy. That's it. I'm happy. No, the summation of everything is I'm so happy. I can see hope. There are multiple sources of light at the end of the tunnel. So much bright. It's so bright. It's so bright that
Why are you this excited because of one game? It's just one game.
no,
Just
you
one
don't
game.
get it. You Let's be honest.
Just
In the
one game.
last no, bro. In the last 3 seasons, when have you started a season like this? Let's be honest. Bro, come on, man. The lads, they played well. Yeah, Fulham had their chances. They could have nicked one goal, but it was Man U's game throughout. So it's everything to be
When I was
happy
watching the game and I
about it.
saw Bruno and the other guys missing those chances, I was like, no, Man United need a striker. They need a striker in this game. And
Now,
Zex came up,
look,
came from the
the
bench.
front
And
they need a couple of games in their belt for that cohesion to there. This not because they are entirely new players. Highland has been there. Rashi, Bruno, Garnacho, Ahmad, not so much, and all that. And then Mason Mount coming in the fold and all that. But what I'm saying is, with this style of play where the coach is saying, I need 6 men choking the opponents, like inside of the opponents, not just their opponents half, in and around the opponent's 18-yard box, and the general from about like 28, 30 yards and down. For me, it's going to take a bit of more games, and I mean more games like this, where there's almost no small team in the Premier League, which is why the Premier League is exciting. So for me, what I've seen them play, they just need a little bit of fluidity and, most importantly, patience. Because if you noticed, particularly in the first half, it was corrected in the second half. The attacking 5-6 were quick to dash down into the opponent's box the very moment Man U is in possession. The slow build-up wasn't there, or whatever, maybe a build-up with an sort of like an upbeat passes, sort of like it wasn't there. So the moment we retrieve the ball and we sort of like, hold the ball in control, you've got Bruno, you've got Rashi, Ahmad, Mason Mount, and Kobe Mino. They are all already like boom into the opening, and then it begins to make it quite very difficult for Casemiro to progress the ball. You notice Licha, there was a lot of passes between the central backs, particularly Licha, Maguire, and then Cassie. They moved the ball and then sometimes back to Onana. So I think probably because there was no true 10, because the moment the changes occurred in the middle, you saw Zexi was dropping in the middle of the park to pick the ball, play behind with the facing the opponent's with his back facing the opponent's goal post, nicking those 1-2 quick passes. I think it's gonna come.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to even ask you. I say, what about Zexi's footworks and
the lad is brilliant, but I think he has to learn. He has to be more careful protecting the ball. For today, I think he was maybe as a result of overconfidence or the fact that it's his debut, Old Trafford and all that. But I thought he wasn't really protecting his ball. Yes, he was, but like he wasn't entirely, he had the touches, he had the flair, he had the body moves and all that, but I just felt a little bit the ball was not entirely secured, particularly when he was in the heart of the pitch. So going forward, I'm going to like watch out for that and see anytime he's on a pitch where, when he's, winning the ball or asking for the ball. I just want to see, how he's able to, because you're going to come against top oppositions who are going to come in hard, hit you. So what happens if you start the game and it's within the first 10, 15 minutes? You understand when the legs are still fresh and all that, the opponents are going to come for you. Premier League opponents, even while sitting on low blocks, there's always that rush. You get me? So like, I'm going to watch out for that. But like in all, I'll be very honest with you. I saw glimpses, I saw hope, and I saw an idea. You can clearly say this is what the team is intending to do. And so we can then say, let's see them 5 games into the season. Let's see if they're able to maintain this shape, play in this style, be able to impose. Because, we talked about this the last time. Manchester United being able to impose their style of play upon the opponent. I thought they didn't do it exactly, excellently well today, but to a decent degree, well over, average. For me, I thought they did it well. You saw.
What do you have to say about? Sorry for interrupting. What do you have to say about Mazraoui?
Excellent debut. Excellent debut. He was almost without a flaw today. Like, excellent, winning the ball, progressive passes, drifting into the middle of the park to add that extra man there. Recovery runs were there. I think he played 2 good balls forward, one to Bruno, and I can't remember the other one too, which almost led to a goal in the first half. Good link-up play with Ahmad. He always knew when to run behind Ahmad, when to come to play those quick 1-2s. Good on the ball, most importantly, confident on the ball. Mazraoui is confident on the ball, but I'm not going to shout him out. Like, kudos to him, obviously, on his debut and all that. But I'm going to say I'm going to I'm excited, but I don't want to sort of like be overly excited. I just want to leave it at the fact that I'm seeing glimpses. There is hope, and let's see going forward. But in all, for me today, it was a good game. At some point, obviously, the longer the game goes, or the deeper we go into a game without a goal, everywhere everything becomes sort of like frantic, and then there's a bit of anxiety, there's a bit of rush also, and that was why Fulham caught us on counter a couple of times. I think about particularly in the last 10, about like 10 minutes of the 90.
And this is where you have to praise this guy, Harry Maguire.
Oh, no, he did an excellent job today. Honestly, yeah. Harry did an excellent job today, if you ask me. So, we were talking something off camera. I don't know if you remember sometime where we were talking about what a new decent central defender could cost Maguire in terms of how much Maguire can improve when he sees a competition, a proper competition. Look, the league is a proper competition, and he's coming for no other person's position than Harry's, because it's safe to say that Lindelof is out of the squad. He has to go. He's not going to get minutes. If he stays, it's at his own detriment. But then again, costing the club quite a lot of money, in wage bill. But outrightly, Maguire's starting position is threatened. And if you ask me, he made an excellent case for himself. And if I were the coach, he's going to start against Brighton. Because if you ask me, somehow Maguire was able to play. Today, Maguire was playing football. I think he only cleared the ball once. There was the panic clearance where that he cleared it sort of like he should have kicked the ball towards Garnacho, and they sort of like shot towards the throw-in, and sort of like Garnacho and Bruno, a couple other players were like, "Come on, why?" and all that. But aside from that, throughout the game, Maguire made a case for himself, and in all honesty, he deserves to start against Brighton.
So finally, before we go, what are the positives, and what do you expect they had to improve on?
Positives, I thought we were able to. We're better on not exactly clinical going forward. I thought we rushed our creativity up there at the opponent's half. I thought also that we were too quick to run into the opponent's half, not concerning ourselves with an actual build-up. That was corrected in the second half, actually. So that's to say that obviously the coaches must have spotted that. Positives.
No, what you think
we're able
to improve on? Because I think the midfield needs to be worked on.
Yeah. Obviously, like I said, Bruno, there was no proper 10 today. That's not like proper outright creative 10. Yeah, Kobe is there, but like you can't compare his level of creativity to the likes. So I think going forward, the midfield trio is going to be Ganacho and Kase, depending on we securing the services of Ugarte or not, is going to be Kobe Mino and Casemiro, and then Bruno. And then you have the likes of Zexi and all these guys, and then come in to sort of like change the dynamics. So for me, you asked about the things the coach is going to or should work on. I think the build up, as much as we want to be sort of like fast, wants a very pacey game, I would say a little bit of patience is also required. Also improve on your rest. Know when you are to rest, and then when you are to sort of like spring into the offense again. And then the fluidity in the front. Rashford today, if you ask me, he did well. He didn't go to be selfish. I thought he was always looking pass first. I think he played more of as a pass first winger today, which actually, if you ask me, he brought out some amazing sides of Rashi also, and it sort of like poised him as much more of a threat even to the opponent, because everybody knew he could dribble the ball. Everybody knew he could, he's fast on the ball. He could kick the ball, and so when he began to sort of like mix it, when he began to mix it, so yeah, I just think going forward, patience, good idea, good recovery. They was always recovering back. The moment they lose the ball, they were quick to dash back excellently well. So I won't see how they hold on to the momentum through the next couple of games. Like I'm saying, first 5 games of the PL, and then we'll take it up from there. But
let's see how it goes.
Things.
I said, let's see how it goes. Winning is all that matters. Yes, the performance wasn't really excellent today, but winning is all that matters. And they've grabbed the 3 points in the bag. So anyways, thank you very much for joining me, Daniel. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Ahmed, for having me.